On March 5, 2021, the Chinese internet celebrity scene was hit with a major shock. The famous food vlogger known as Bubble Dragon passed away unexpectedly. His journey going from being a humble food delivery driver to a popular internet sensation, with millions of fans, then tragically passing at age of 29, leaves us wondering, what is the real story behind Bubble Dragon? Let's delve into his story today.
Here's a fearless business owner, blah 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 buffet, right? The boss is still young and inexperienced. Folks, let's go and teach the young boss a lesson.
This was the classic opening line from the short videos of Bubble Dragon, Garlic Tao and Teacher Red Rain.
再给年轻的老板上一课呀 ！OK， 走了。这地方有个不怕死的商家呀，18元自助小火锅。
Bubble Dragon, originally named Hai Longyu, grew up in northeast China alongside his childhood buddies Garlic Tao and Teacher Red Rain. Before 2019, they were leading ordinary lives. Bubble Dragon was raised by his grandmother. During his early years, he was often bullied because of his size, which made it tough for him to make friends. As he got older, he had a hard time finding a job and had to make ends meet by working as a food delivery driver, making only about 1,000 Chinese yuan per month. If he ever ran into delays, he could end up with bad reviews or fines from his company, leaving him with very little earnings. Teacher Red Rain also came from a family with financial difficulties. He began his journey by joining a local folk art troupe training. He spent most of his time practicing his craft in the troupe, and if he did well in practice, he would sometimes get a chance to make some money on stage. After finishing his training, he had a tough time finding a suitable job and tried various gigs, including waiting tables, acting, and hosting weddings. Right before he got into digital content creation, he worked as a singer in bars, where he had to join customers in drinking games, and consuming a lot of alcohol to boost his chances of getting tips. Sometimes, he would perform at different bars while drunk. He acknowledged that he was making money at the expense of his health. Garlic Tao was a bit of a homebody. Before reaching his fame, he mostly stayed at home and earned some cash by offering power leveling services in video games. These three young men were going through a tough time, but things took a drastic turn when they uploaded a video of themselves enjoying dumplings at a restaurant. On January 2, 2019, they made a decision to go out for a meal and headed to a dumpling buffet that only set them back 20 yuan per head. A buffet is a smart pick when friends want to eat together, especially if they were not rolling in dough.
这地方什么时候开的？自助水饺，20元一位。兄弟们，咱进去给他上一课吧。OK， 走。能给你撵出来。
At the restaurant, they wolfed down dumplings, asking for more until they got booted out by the business owner. Teacher Red Rain happened to capture the whole thing on video and posted it on a popular short video platform in China. To their surprise, the video went viral and gained 10 million views overnight. Before this, Teacher Red Rain had experience working as a live streamer, so he knew the ins and outs of content creation. He saw this as a golden opportunity, a real stroke of luck. The very next day, the three of them hit up another eatery, still using the same "let's teach the boss a lesson" line as in the first video. This one turned out just as well. Teacher Red Rain was too pumped to sleep that night. He knew he had stumbled upon the secret to making a fortune. After that, the three of them joined forces and started making short videos about their dining adventures. Bubble Dragon and Garlic Tao did the eating on screen, while Teacher Red Rain handled the planning behind the scenes. In less than 2 months, their TikTok channel attracted over 5 million followers. Teacher Red Rain wasted no time in starting a company, Duo Ro meaning succulents. In just a year, the firm went from a small team with only a mobile phone and 3 folks, to be a significant player with over 20 digital content accounts and 45 employees. Succulents are known for their resilience and positive energy. As the founders of Succulents Media, these 3 friends have come a long way from their challenging times, so they truly appreciated what they had at the time. In the early days, they were constantly busy with eating, filming, and editing every day. Once, after a late-night shoot, they had to share the back seat of a taxi on the way home. Because they were all so exhausted, they dozed off quickly. When they arrived, The driver snapped a photo of them. That picture always reminds them of the struggles they faced while building their empire, and it warms their hearts every time they see it. Fortunately, their hard work paid off. Before Bubble Dragon's passing, their main digital channel had over 12 million followers, and both Bubble Dragon and Garlic Tao had more than 2 million followers on their own personal channels. They became incredibly famous in no time for a reason. Firstly, unlike most mukbang vloggers who stay slim despite their binge-eating episodes, Bubble Dragon and Garlic Tao were both on the heavier side, which made them relatable and realistic. What truly set them apart was their way of speaking. Especially for Bubble Dragon's catchphrases like "Yum, Bubble," and Garlic Tao's famous line, "Eating meat without garlic is only half taste." These memorable lines even inspired other celebrities and vloggers to follow suit. All these factors made them distinct in both looks and voice among other internet celebrities.
老，香不香？
香啊，照啊，小照啊，酸不臭。
大蒜汤。
吃肉不吃蒜，香味少一半。
吃肉不吃蒜，
香味少一半。
香皂啊，那个，知道是
他说的是吧？哦，对，香可皂啊，香皂啊，吃完吐泡泡啊。
Another factor contributing to their popularity was that their videos were just down-to-earth and relatable. They didn't fuss over food. They enjoyed everything, whether it was from a fancy restaurant or a street vendor. Bubble Dragon and Garlic Tao's chubby appearance added to the entertainment value, making it fun to watch them eat and chat. Their content began with the aim of challenging buffet businesses' limits, then shifted to providing tips on great eateries, to finally led Tove receiving invitations from A-list celebrity-owned restaurants for promotions. Bubble Dragon and Garlic Tao knew that they had hit the big time and had become some of the most recognized food vloggers in the market.
这个城市的自助餐把我拉入黑名单，我要到下一个城市去转一转，看看哪里还需要我的山。
拉倒吧你！
咋的呀？
今天你们家改了，不让点菜了，说陈老板请客，每桌上的都是一样的。对，然后我就让他上了10多桌。
有样的可以重复上吗？这是已经发生了吗？
还可以再发生一遍。
今天段涛请客，我得多吃点。
那郑恺、陈赫、李晨都不让咱去了，你自己心里没点数吗？
那明星那老多呢，就吃去呗。再来4瓣肉。
那个以后没什么事儿你就别常来啊。
我开业1天就改了。
They have dined at every buffet in Northeast China and then embarked on a nationwide dining tour. In a little over a year, they went to more than 20 cities and tasted dishes at more than 130 restaurants. Before they became famous, buffet owners were terrified for these big eaters, but after gaining fame, restaurateurs couldn't get enough of Bubble Dragon and Garlic Tao. If they praised the food or the restaurant's atmosphere in their videos, it would lead to a significant increase in business the next day. That is the fan effect of the digital age. With a significant following, there were many ways to make money. The company, Succulents Media, had long been laying out plans for capitalization. Teacher Red Rain managed the Succulents channel as their focus, primarily posting videos about exploring hidden gems. Meanwhile, Bubble Dragon and Garlic Tao's channels focused mainly on e-commerce and product promotion. In addition to this, they also engaged in initiatives to help alleviate poverty, doing their best to give back to society. However, while Succulents Media was flourishing, the seeds to tragedy had already been planted. Back in 2019, viewers noticed Bubble Dragon's face had a bluish tint, and the dark spots on his right cheek were darkening. In 2020, some fans spotted signs on his face suggesting health problems like seborrheic hair loss, severe fatty liver and high cholesterol. A bluish tint in the face is often a sign for liver problems, and many fans believed it was crucial for him to lose weight. To ease their concerns, Teacher Red Rain explained that Bubble Dragon and Garlic Tao used to lead quite sedentary lives, spending most of their time indoors, eating, sleeping and playing video games. However, when they started creating food tour content, they began losing weight due to their busy and regular work schedules. Bubble Dragon went from over 150 kilograms to about 142 kilograms, and Garlic Tao lost over 5 kilograms too. Teacher Red Rain on the other hand, gained more than 15 kilograms from all the strategic planning. Some humorously suggested he gained it from all the food his friends ate. Yet, some wondered how they managed to lose weight without exercising given their eating habits. There were speculations that they might have induced vomiting after overeating, but this was just a speculation. Their fans cared deeply for them and hoped they could shed some pounds, wishing their favorite vloggers continued success. But tragedy struck on March 5, 2021. A few days before he died, Bubble Dragon had been busy shooting videos to raise awareness about scams for the police. On the evening of March 5, after finishing his shoot, he went back home and passed away suddenly. On March 10, teacher Red Rain, representing the Succulent Media team, shared an obituary for Bubble Dragon. In the obituary, teacher Red Rain explained that Bubble Dragon passed away due to exhaustion. He explained that Bubble Dragon was extremely dedicated when creating a public welfare video. Bubble Dragon aimed for perfection in every aspect, from his lines to his appearance. He would redo takes until they were flawless, sometimes dozens of times, and he never complained, even if it meant working into the early hours of the next day. Teacher Red Rain believed that Bubble Dragon's heavy workload contributed to his passing. But fans weren't convinced. Bubble Dragon was undoubtedly a positive person who loved doing charity work. However, teacher Red Rain appeared to be concealing something by blaming his death solely on hard work, and not addressing the health problems stemming from his unhealthy eating habits. Shooting a public service video might have been the final straw that led to his passing, but it's also true that he had been dealing with overwork for a long while, and his overeating had put a lot of strain on his body. A cardiologist pointed out that the dark spots on Bubble Dragon's face were signs of insulin resistance and glucose metabolism disorder. If someone is obese, intense work would trigger heart problems and lead to a sudden death. After Bubble Dragon passed away, teacher Red Rain faced criticism because he was responsible for Bubble Dragon's workload. Fans accused him of pushing Bubble Dragon to overeat for attention, despite knowing about his health conditions. Fans believed teacher Red Rain was driven by money and exploiting Bubble Dragon to his death. In response, teacher Red Rain clarified that he wasn't the boss and stressed that he had been childhood friends with Bubble Dragon and Garlic Tao. He explained that they shared their live streaming earnings fairly and had no financial disputes. He also pointed out that Bubble Dragon wasn't overly concerned about money. He used his earnings to buy a house for his mother and help his sister find a job. As for Bubble Dragon himself, he didn't need much money, only for the daily expenses and gaming. Following the passing of Bubble Dragon, the company Succulent Media took a break from content creation for a few months. We don't know the details of what happened, but one thing is clear: it's impossible to remain unaffected when you lose a friend you used to work with every day. On June 15th, more than 100 days after Bubble Dragon's passing, teacher Red Rain and Garlic Tao announced in a video that they would be doing a live Q&A the next day. During the live stream, teacher Red Rain revealed that the Succulent Media had officially disbanded on June 1st, but some staff stayed due to their strong attachment to the team. Before teacher Red Rain and Garlic Tao began their meal on camera, they set a place for the late friend and arranged bowls and chopsticks for him, moving fans to tears. A few days after the live stream, teacher Red Rain began posting more videos on his own channel. This left fans puzzled. Some commented as, "He did all the eating, and you are reaping the rewards, and now he's gone. You are still using him to ride the wave for popularity." People questioned his sincerity when paying tribute to his mate Bubble Dragon during the last live stream. But, looking at it rationally, the Succulent Media as a company needed to survive, and it might have been a way for them to stay relevant. It may have made fans uneasy, but life must go on. Today, teacher Red Rain and Garlic Tao are still active in the world of vlogging and digital content creation, but they have shifted their focus and style. They have moved away from binge-eating content and now center their videos around weight loss, with a particular emphasis on Garlic Tao's journey. They still discuss food, but it is noticeably healthier, and they eat less. Recently, Garlic Tao even joined a weight loss program. Perhaps if they had made this change earlier, Bubble Dragon might still be with us today. Eating shows originated in Korea and Japan. In South Korea, they are called a mukbang, which combines the Korean words for eating and live streaming. Food, being a basic human necessity, naturally draws a large audience in video content. From a biological perspective, watching someone do something activates mirror neurons in our brains, making us feel like we are doing the same thing. When we see others enjoying food we like, our brains reward us with dopamine. This response intensifies when we watch something that is visually appealing and high in calories. This combination of physiological and psychological factors is what makes us addicted to watching eating shows. In the highly competitive world of digital short video creation, eating vloggers need to be creative to stand out. In a Japanese TV show, there was a petite and slender Japanese eater named Kanoshita, who managed to expand her stomach to 66 times its normal size by eating 100 pieces of sushi. This incredible feat allowed her to consume massive amount of food. However, the experts didn't clarify what happened to all the food she consumed. An average adult man typically consumes 1,500 to 2,500 calories per day, while women usually eat less than 2,000 calories. Now, if a big eater consumes 8 kilograms of food daily, that is roughly 10,000 calories. To burn off all those extra calories, they would need to exercise for a whopping 16 to 17 hours each day, which is obviously impractical. So, for someone who eats a lot but has a normal metabolism, there are only two ways to maintain their weight: either pretend to eat or resort to vomiting. Of course, there might be some individuals with extraordinary high basal metabolic rates. The renowned Japanese writer Haruki Murakami once said, "The body is a human's temple, and regardless of what's inside it, we should strive to keep it strong, beautiful and clean." I believe that Bubble Dragon was well aware of the health risks of overeating, but he had to take that risk to make a living. Nowadays, many young people tend to take risks when faced with challenges. He deserves respect for his unwavering dedication to public welfare until the end of his life. However, whenever people remember him, it's always with a sense of great sadness. If there is one lesson to be learned from his tragedy, it is that even when we are busy and tired, we should pause to check on our body's well-being. Alright, that's all for the story of today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next story.